Okay, so just when you thought you could finally catch your breath from the last GMTV lineup, they go and do this. They've dropped their Magic Vibes Maximized announcement for 2026. Yes, 2026. And wow, it is a lot to process, so let's try to break it all down together.
Right, let's start with the only number that really matters from this whole event. 38. That's right, 38 new projects. I am not kidding. It's a record-breaking number that pretty much guarantees none of us are getting any sleep in 2026. The scale here is just massive.
Exactly. I mean, where do you even start with that? It's incredibly exciting, but let's be real, it's also kind of insane. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut through the noise and get right to the good stuff. The biggest, most talked about shows, the return of our favorite couples, and what this whole thing really means for Thai BL going forward. Let's kick things off with the two series that just absolutely broke the internet. The second their trailers dropped, social media just exploded. You know the ones I'm talking about. And what's so cool here is that you're seeing two totally different kinds of hype. On one side, you have this celebration of a legendary classic being reborn in a super bold new way. And on the other, you have what looks like a brand new epic that is designed from the ground up to make us all cry. Yep, you heard that right. A musical remake. Now, taking on a film as iconic and beloved as Love of Siam, that is a massive, massive creative risk. But then they go and cast Gemini and Fourth in those legendary roles of Tong and Mew, and suddenly it all makes sense. Their voices, their chemistry, it feels like a stroke of genius. I mean, that live preview they did? Chills, literal chills. And then, for everyone who loves to have their heart completely ripped out, FirstKhaotung are back. The trailer for The Invisible Dragon promises everything we expect and frankly demand from this pair. Heavy themes, class struggles, soul-crushing drama, and of course, Khaotung's signature world-class crying. You're gonna want to start stocking up on tissues now, for sure. Of course, it just wouldn't be a GMTV lineup without the return of the pillars, right? The foundational pairs that helped build this incredible fandom in the first place. And believe me, 2026 is bringing them back in a very big way. And the biggest example of this has to be Replay. The trailer alone felt like a massive all-star event. The whole idea seems to be about time travel, or maybe getting a second chance at things, which is basically the perfect excuse to get a whole bunch of beloved actors together in one amazing story. Just look at this lineup. I mean, come on, the sheer star power is off the charts. You've got different generations of GMMTV royalty, from absolute icons like TayNew to powerhouses like PondPhuwin and the super dynamic JossGawin, all sharing the screen. This is literally a fan's dream come true. And the list of returning favorites just keeps going. We have the founders themselves, KristSingto, continuing their legendary partnership. Earth and Mix are shaking things up with a supernatural rom-com, which sounds like so much fun. And JoongDunk are diving headfirst into that classic office romance trope. It's just a fantastic mix of different flavors. But you know, this lineup isn't just about giving us more of what we already love. It also feels like a really clear signal that GMTV wants to evolve the genre, to tackle more mature themes, and to really push the boundaries of what a BL story can even be. A perfect example of this is 17th Spring. This series looks like it's going to be a really grounded, probably bittersweet story that centers on HIV awareness. This is a huge deal. It's such a meaningful and incredibly important step for representation, and it brings a really significant real-world issue right to the forefront. And it's projects like this one that prove the company is trying to do more than just, fun, lighthearted romance. They're investing in stories with real substance. As one analysis put it, they're really pushing the boundaries of storytelling beyond just the fluff. I think we're definitely seeing that here. And here's the wild part. We have barely scratched the surface. I'm not exaggerating. With 38 projects announced, we could be here all day talking about them. The sheer depth and volume of this lineup is just something else. I mean, just listen to this quickfire list. We've got OffGun back in Gunshot. We've got Jimmy C in I Will Always Save You. We even have Bound Prem, yes, Bound Prem, making their GMMTV debut in Plan BTU. And Perth and Santa are teaming up for the spooky love tale. It just goes on and on. It's an absolutely packed schedule. So when you kind of take a step back and look at the whole picture, all 38 of these shows, you realize this is more than just a list of new series. This is a huge statement of intent. This is GMTV and the entire Thai entertainment industry planting a flag and showing the world a new level of confidence and ambition. Which, of course, leaves us with one massive final question. Is this what the golden age of Thai BL looks like? Or is there a real risk here of oversaturation, of having, too much of a good thing? It's a real debate, and I'm really curious to hear what you all think.